as it reaches. Are we good? We're good. Wow. Here we are. Welcome to week 2 of season 10 of the VFFL. What a pleasant morning in Ho Chi Minh City, just on the suburbs, at the fantastic Le Football City venue for, as I said, week 2. And what an absolute firecracker of a game we have to start with. The scheduling elves brought out a huge match in week 2 between the defending champion Saigon Thunder. They have won, I think, the last 5 titles, maybe even 6, against VFFL stalwarts, the Swarm, who have come close, as we said last week, on many occasions. I can see their QB, Trey, just walking around the locker room looking for something, probably his flags. He is looking confused, but he maybe will be hoping that they don't take the football first, because he looks unprepared right now. He is making his way back over towards the field shortly as the teams do their lineups. Head referee Luke of the Sharks today will be in charge of operations on the field. He's supported by some players from the Mavericks. I think KO is also out there, maybe in an advisory capacity. Luke taking charge of a big game like this for the first time. Hope it goes well for him. These two teams do like to get a bit chatty. Some big personalities out there. But let's talk about some of the players we're going to see today. I think, first of all, this is a game that may well turn on the performance of 2 of the league's best receivers. It's former VFFL MVP Timothy from the Thunder. A great big threat, can stretch the field, solid hands, can go over the middle. Last week, only 3 catches, but 2 for touchdowns. And on the Swarm side, we saw him last week basically take over the game. Kev Wynn, who came up with 5 catches, 3 touchdowns, extra point, and then on defense 2 interceptions, probably the MVP of last week. Fantastic all-round performance from him. And then other players to look out for, Julian Kassler, one of the captains of the Thunder, and the commissioner of the league. We thank him for all of his time and effort put in. And he will be quarterbacking the Thunder. Historically, over the last few seasons, it's been Isaac who's been quarterback, but we think that Julian's maybe nursing an injury, which is preventing him from playing as a wideout. So he will be back at quarterback for the Thunder. He's obviously played this role many times in the past, and is more than capable. Actually leads the league in touchdown passes with 5 last week. And then for the Swarm, obviously Trey, who I erroneously mentioned last week as a free agent pickup, is in his 2nd season back with the Swarm. Looked good last week. I think 4 touchdowns to be tied for 2nd in the league. Different kind of player. He's I think we call him gritty last week. He certainly is a gritty player. Less mobile historically than Julian, but with Julian's injury, maybe that helps balance things out. Julian obviously comes throwing the ball from a very different trajectory with his height. And we will see what these 2 guys. Quick mention as well on defense for the Swarm. Theo, I think on his debut last week, came up with 3 sacks against the Sun Bears. So let's see today whether or not he is able to build on that and put pressure on a Julian who may be not quite as mobile as he has historically been. Anyway, the lineups have been done. The teams are making their way into their respective parts of the field. We will see who is playing what first. I didn't see who won the ball, who won the rock paper scissors, but it looks like it looks like Thunder won, because if we know one thing, Julian will always take the football first, and to be fair, Swarm would normally defer. And it will indeed be Thunder on offense first as we get started in this game that is going to have massive repercussions for the rest of the season. The team that wins here will be in a good position to be looking at the number 1 seed at the end of the season, but also important playoff bragging rights. So here we go. First play from scrimmage, Julian in at quarterback, Wes at center, Tim and Isaac both narrow. Tim on the right, Isaac on the left, and Mintai spread out wide left for Julian. On defense, they're showing 2 blitzers, the Swarm, Ryan and Theo, both with their hands raised. Theo blitzes, and it's a handoff to Isaac, and Isaac running down the field and is tackled just inside his own half. Good start for the Thunder. We can expect to see some level of trickery from the Thunder today. In fact, both teams have a lot of trick plays in their playbook. One of the referees just come onto the field to have a chat with the head ref, but it is going to be second down. Quickly on defense for the Swarm, defensive captain Eli at left cornerback. Ryan and Theo both in the blitzing positions, and then Carlos and Kev Wynn is wide on the right for the Swarm as the right-hand side corner. Typically drops deeper after the snap. Let's see, he does drop deep. Julian takes the snap, throws it over the middle to the safe hands of Tim, who lunges forward and see where they mark the ball. There's been a communication from the league office today, or this week rather, for officials to be very cognizant that they mark the ball at the tackle spot. At where the ball is placed at the point of the tackle, not at the point of the tackle. So it was very important that we make sure the ball is in the correct place. But first down for the Thunder. Good start to this drive. Matthew Harding comes in as wide receiver on the left. It's a big team out there right now. There's a lot of height for Julian. He takes a snap under center, hands it off behind his back to Isaac, who throws down the field to Tim, who makes the catch just inside the 5. Again, some trickery from the Thunder. Julian taking the snap from under center. Typically he doesn't do that. Typically lines up in shotgun, and then Isaac kind of wheeled round behind him, popped it up to him, and then Isaac, like a nice throw down the field to Tim. Sorry, not inside the 5, inside the 10. So just inside the 10-yard line, I think, for second down. No changes on defense yet for the Swarm. Julian in shotgun this time. Takes a snap from Wes. Looks right, throws right, and he throws it to Isaac, who makes the catch. Does he? No, incomplete. Wow. He was open. He was basically on the goal line and dropped a sure touchdown there. Big mistake from the Thunder. Matt Harding checks out. Mintai comes back in again. More speed on the Thunder offense as it's third down now. Tim spread out left. Mintai goes to the right. Isaac stacked to the left behind Tim. Snap to Julian. Pitches it back to Isaac. Isaac avoids the rush. Oh, and then doesn't. And then that is a great hustle by Theo. Early trickery again from the Thunder as they threw the ball out to Isaac, who saw that one coming a mile away, really, with Isaac stacked behind Tim. And Theo stuck at it. Great hustle to keep his eye on Isaac and come back to make the sack. And that brings up fourth down. This drive's kind of stalled the last 2 plays. Everything was going quite swimmingly for the Thunder. And now let's see what they do on fourth down. Isaac and Tim go out to the right. Isaac in the slot. Tim wide right. Mintai wide left. Julian in a deep shotgun position. Takes a quick step in. Takes the snap from Wes. And he throws over the middle to Tim, who makes a sliding catch for the touchdown. Fantastic. It was down very low, and he reached out in front of him and took the catch. He was, probably his knee was down as he made the catch, but the ball was clearly in the end zone. Fantastic catch. Julian and Tim coming up big just when they needed to. It was a low throw that Tim was the only man he was making that catch. These quarterbacks sometimes can put the ball where only their guy can get it. It prevents the risk of a turnover, and that was just Tim or nobody. Matthew Harding comes in wide left, Tim wide right, Isaac in the slot. Matt Harding comes in, maybe a red zone threat. He's a big man, tall, good hands. Julian takes the snap. He's not so deep this time. He rolls out to his right, and he throws it to the back of the end zone, and Tim makes the one-point conversion catch just in behind Eli, who couldn't quite get his hand up there to block it, and Thunder, who were looking for a minute there like they would come up short, but scoring on a fourth down pass from about the 12-yard line, and then taking the extra point to take an early 7-point lead. Let's see what Swarm do. And they take the snap very quickly. Trey takes the snap from Polo, and he throws over to Eli, and Eli is immediately tackled by Isaac for about maybe a 15-yard gain there. Thunder didn't seem quite set. They were still talking. Matt Harding in at right corner. Wes and Isaac in over the middle. Julian short on the left, lined up against Kevin Huyen. Luan looks like he's going to blitz. We'll look at the Swarm offense in a minute. Trey takes a snap from Polo, and Trey rolls out to his right, and he throws back to Eli again. Similar kind of play, and he's tackled out of bounds by a combination of Isaac and Matthew Harding. Good start from the Swarm, who on offense have their, again, what we would think is their first team lineup here. Trey at quarterback, Polo at center, and the receivers are Eli, Kev Wynn, and Min Chan. I saw Matt Harding stepped out on defense, and Tim comes in at right corner. Mintai spread left. They're a bit it's second down, maybe first down actually. First down. Trey takes a snap from Polo. He looks left. He is. I think that was a sack. It's second down. Maybe he's saying he got the ball away beforehand. Let's see. No, I think it wasn't a sack. I think it was, maybe it was a sack. Either way, it's going to be second down, as the ball was incomplete. It was a sack from Luan. Stat keepers on top of it, and they will push Swarm back a little bit. Min Chan on the right. A second down. Trey takes a snap from in the shotgun from Polo. He looks right. He throws back right to Polo, who is rumbling. And I couldn't quite see, but looks like Polo did get in for the touchdown. Great play from Polo. A yak monster sometimes just a monster. But that's a good response from the Swarm as they score a touchdown. Touchdown sponsored by the Dive and Tippies. Nice catch from Polo in the short catch, and you just made 1, 2, 3 tacklers miss. Fantastic. Agile for a big man is Polo. And it's 7-6 as they go for 1 to try and tie it up. And it's what you'd expect from these two teams. Eli and Kevin Huyen very tight in tight formation. Takes a snap and throws it to the back of the end zone. And I think that was incomplete. 7-6 incomplete on the extra point try. And it remains 7-6 to the Thunder. So you take the ball for the second time. Matt Harding starting on the left this time. Isaac in the slot left. Basically the same lineups as we saw on the first drive. Julian just a couple of yards deep. Takes a snap from Wes, just a pop-up snap, and he throws it over the middle to Wes, who makes a great catch there, just reaching behind him. It was exactly what you need on a first down. Picks up maybe 4 or 5 yards. Julian is very much a man who believes in, methodically marching down the field. If they can take 5, 7 yards 3 or 4 times, that's a first down. 5, 7 yards, that's a touchdown. So he will take the shot when he needs to, but second down. And a slight change for the Swarm this time. Tony is in as the blitzer. Theo steps out. And Tony blitzes, and Julian stands in the pocket, and he throws across to Matt Harding, who was coming over the middle of the field. Nice route from Matthew. Cut across. was wide open. Julian hit him, and then he made the turn, turned the corner, and started rumbling down the sideline. Well, not rumbling. He's less of a rumbler, more of a galloper is Matthew. Gliding down the sideline, shall we say, for a big first down. And Thunder will start this next set of downs comfortably inside the Swarm half. It's probably like 7 yards inside the Swarm half as they take a first down. Matthew Harding steps out. Min Tai comes in on the right-hand side. Isaac talks to the center, then comes out in that stack formation behind Tim again. Julian takes the snap, throws it out to Isaac, who then throws it back to Julian, and Julian spins down the field. It's maybe not able to gain quite as many yards as a fully fit Julian would, but he picks up maybe 5 or 6 yards again. Swarm seemed very alive to the fact that when Isaac was lined up, stacked behind Tim, they sent 2 blitzers immediately in his direction to put pressure on and force the hurried throw over the middle, which Julian had to scoop down to, bend down to scoop up. Tripping over my words there. Let's see, second down, Isaac in the slot. Tim also tight on the right-hand side. Min Tai halfway out to the left, takes a snap, gives it to Julian, gives it to Isaac, who throws it over the middle, not over the middle, down the sideline to Wes, who makes a catch. Second catch of the drive from Wes. And that will be third down at about the 2-yard line. 2.5 maybe. Yeah. It's a good start. Julian looks very calm out there. Tight formation. Win comes in on offense. Lined up tight. Everyone lined up tight. Julian takes a snap. He's going to pop it over the back to Isaac. I think he initially looked for Win, who rolled out short. The touchdown for a girl worth 8 points. But couldn't get her the ball this time, but she definitely drew some attention from the Swarm, and that left Isaac wide open over the back of the end zone for another catch. Just joined in the booth by Sharks superstar Angie, just blowing me a kiss. Thanks, Angie. Nice to see you this morning. Looking forward to today's game. She says she's ready to go. And let's look at the 1-point try. Julian quite deep in the shotgun, takes the snap, zings one over the middle, and Matt Harding couldn't quite adjust himself to make the catch. And it remains a 7-point lead for the Thunder. So a real opportunity here for the Swarm to tie the game up as they take the football for their second drive. They moved the ball very easily last time. I think only 4 plays to score, and one of those was a sack. A familiar lineup. Eli in the slot. Trey takes the snap from Polo. Throws it to Min Chan, who makes the grab behind him just in front of Wes and Tim, and then reaches the ball around for an extra yard. Nice gain on first down. Picked up maybe 10, 12 yards there for the Swarm. Thunder will definitely want to tighten up on this drive. Second down. Trey takes a snap from Polo, looks right, and then throws it over the middle to Kev Wynn, who has made the sack. Wes makes the tackle, and there's a flag on the field from the head ref. Luke, what does he see? Makes the catch, and oh no, he picked the flag up. There was maybe no penalty. Julian comes out on defense. Matt Harding is over at the kind of middle safety position. Tim deeper. Matt Harding at sort of a middle linebacker position. Loan looks like he's going to blitz from the left. He blitzes now, takes a snap, and he throws it out to Polo, and Min Tai makes the tackle after about a 5-yard gain on first down. Both of these teams started well. Not being able to do anything on defense. The offenses have been purring thus far. Or buzzing, I suppose, if you're a Swarm fan. and it's going to be second down. And Trey takes a snap from Polo, and he gives it immediately to Eli, hands it off to Eli, and he runs out of bounds. There's a flag on the field. No, he doesn't run out of bounds. He stays in bounds. Matt Harding missed the tackle, and that's a touchdown, but there is a flag on the field. And what do we see? I think they picked the flag up there. I'm not sure. The result of the play is a touchdown. Eli did get down the sideline for the touchdown. The referees picked the flag up after discussion. I'm not quite sure what that was, but it's going to be a 1-point try, I think. Bit of confusion, and I'm not quite sure what the call was. I didn't see a touchdown signaled. Guess it will unfold after this. Isaac stands up over the center. Trey takes the snap, and he throws to the back of the end zone, and that is well out of bounds. And so it was a touchdown, but an incomplete extra point, and it will be 13-12 to the Thunder. My colleague in the booth updating the scoreline live. Big shout out to the broadcasting team here. Do a great job. The cameraman out on the field. Not so hot for him today. Last week, baking hot. This week, less hot as he sits perched up on the scaffolding to bring you these pictures. And some great technical support in the booth. There was a dog on the field again. Same as last week. And I think we're ready to go again. Julian takes a snap as Thunder start this drive. He rolls out, and he's gone deep. He's gone deep to Mintai, who makes the catch. He was wide open, and it is a touchdown, a length of the field touchdown. One play. Fantastic throw by Julian. He identified the mismatch. Mintai is so fast, and he just breezed past the defense, left Eli trailing in his wake, and I think as soon as Eli saw the ball coming down to Mintai, safe pair of hands, and then he just strolled into the end zone, no danger of any tackle being made. Eli knew that he was well beaten there, and fantastic one-play scoring drive from the Thunder. Great concentration by Mintai to make sure he adjusted himself to make the catch. And Thunder with a chance to get an 8-point lead as they attempt the 1-point try. Julian takes the snap from Wes. Julian standing in the... avoids the blitz. Pumps once, pumps twice, and throws over the middle, and it was dropped. Julian was perilously close to the line of scrimmage there, so the referees would have had to take a closer look if that was successful, but an incomplete extra point try, another one. That's 2 for the Thunder, 2 for the Swarm so far. Those 1 points tend to come back and bite teams later on, as the Thunder lead 19-12 after that quick strike, and they've got big defensive lineup. Julian in there, Isaac, Matthew Harding, Luan to blitz, and Tim was right cornerback. Presenting probably the toughest challenge that Swarm will face in terms of defensive lineup. Luan shuttles down to the blitz. Oh! And Luan got his hands to the football and tipped the pass, and he just tipped it just behind Julian, who couldn't quite pull in the interception. A lucky break for the Swarm there. I don't think Trey got that ball up in the air. Luan very controlled in his blitz. I think he saw the fact that he wasn't going to make it in time to make the sack. So just kind of shuttled down to a stop and made himself big, which is pretty tricky for a small man. But he made himself big, got his hands up, tipped the pass, and Julian, so unlucky not to make the interception. Would have put Thunder in a fantastic field position if he'd been able to make that. And It is second down as Matthew Harding discards his hat, wipes his hands on the ground, trying to get some his gloves clean. Julian comes a bit closer to the line of scrimmage. Luan blitzes again, and this time it's the throw to Polo. Immediately, oh, he's not tackled by Matthew Harding. He's still rolling down the field, and Matthew Harding comes back to make the tackle with Tim, but that's a huge gain. He could have stopped him for nothing, and Matthew Harding shows his frustration, waves his hands in the air as he is wont to do. And I think it's not quite a first down. Let's see. It is a first down. It's the worst first down you can have in flag football, literally an inch inside the opposition half. But it is a first down after a great effort by Polo to always play to the whistle. That's what we say in any game, play to the whistle. So, and Trey takes a snap from Polo, and he looks to his right, and he throws to his right, and this time it is intercepted by Julian, who makes the interception, and Trey has to come across to make the tackle. Julian well positioned, he read the play, made the pick, but a different Julian would have probably tried to put the moves on Trey and make it into the end zone, but you know, he doesn't want to risk that leg injury that he's carrying by overexerting himself. Makes the pick and just takes the football now at around maybe the 12, 13 yard line. Trey's first interception of the season. Comes halfway through the first half of the second game. Julian takes his snap. And oh, that's a fantastic catch by Wes. They had Isaac lined up, stacked behind Tim again in that play where they often throw it to Isaac as a second quarterback, but it was a decoy, and Julian threw the ball low down towards the goal line, and Wes made the catch inches off the ground, got his hands under the football. I also missed the fact that we're inside the 2-minute warning. We are, and the clock is still running. So Thunder will take as much time off the clock as they can here, I'm sure, as they come up in a bunch formation. We're in again. Julian letting the play clock run down. Takes the snap. He takes the snap. He's definitely going to... He's standing, he rolls, and then he throws it back to Tim for the touchdown. Julian did well to avoid the blitzer there. I think he was desperately trying to find Nguyen to get the ball to her for the 8-point score. In the end, he went through his progressions very well and eventually checked it back to Tim, and just Tim was wide open. You can't cover that man for that long. And Julian extending the play nicely. There's some discussion going on the sideline between the head ref, Luke, his refereeing consultant, KO, and the sideline official, Sang. Let's see what they came up with. I think there's some debate about whether or not the blitzer dislodged Julian's playbook from his behind his flag belt, and that then constituted a tackle because it was loose, or whether or not Julian, they're arguing, was over the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. Let's see. Good to see the referees talking amongst themselves, though. It's important we get the call right. Now there's a third official joining, Luke and Sang. And Ryan from the Swarm is having a conversation as well. He is definitely not one of the captains, but is definitely also contributing something. Eli also talking to the officials. And KO, the consultant referee. I guess he's the equivalent of New York today, the league office. He's grateful for his support to provide a little bit of mentoring to Luke. Finally, it will come down to Luke's decision, of course, but KO just there to provide some guidance. It's a big part of the league is promoting training for the referees and making sure we get consistent refereeing. And it's Luke stepping up into the cauldron of this early season contest between two big teams. I'm not sure what we decided yet. And I've just seen from one of the officials it is a touchdown after a long discussion. And so Thunder put more points on the board. It stays on the board. And now we will see the conversion attempt. Wedge split left Isaac at center. That's the first time we've seen that today. Julian takes a snap from Isaac and he throws it back to Isaac, and it's just outside of his outside of his reach. Still, these extra points. Only Thunder have converted one today. They've missed on, I think, three or four. Three. Missed on three, and Swarm missed on both of theirs. Such a crucial part of the game, but it is a short yardage situation from the 5. And the defenses do tend to be able to shut these 1-point conversions down quite often. So Swarm take the ball inside the 2-minute warning. Trey takes a snap from Polo. Lawan blitzing. He gets the ball up and over him, and Eli gets tackled inbounds. The clock should still be running. Clock is still running. I think someone called a timeout. I think the clock was definitely running. It is a timeout. Big drive here for the Swarm. They will get the ball to start the second half, and if they can get a score here, that will bring them within at worst a converted score, and potentially if they were to get the conversion, score now and get the conversion, they would then potentially be in the position to take the lead on the first drive of the second half. But let's see what the Thunder can do. So far, Swarm have scored on 2 drives, and the other one was interception by the Thunder. I think I've just heard there is around 35 seconds left in the half. Second down, timeout's over, and Julian comes out on defense. Tim's in at safety. They had a stack formation to Swarm. Trey goes deep, and he is just overthrown. Kevwin, who had torched the defense, and it was just out of his fingertips. Julian comes in, Mintai comes out on defense. Big third down here. Will the Thunder protect the deep, or will they give up the first down? Protect the deep and give up the first down, or will they try and prevent that first down, as it's now third down? A hatless Matthew Harding crouches down at the right cornerback slot. He's missed a couple of tackles so far, needs to step up a bit. Trey takes the snap from Polo, and he rolls and throws over the middle, and Eli does make the catch, and he is running towards the sideline, and Tim slides to make the tackle, but the clock is, the clock will stop because it is a first down. Great play by Trey there to see Eli over the middle, got him the football, and then, as he often does, for the Thunder, Timothy Holton sliding in to make the flagpole. He's got such a good eye for that. When you're off your feet a little bit, you've got to make sure that you get the flag, not the man, and he did that to great effect there. So it will be first down at around halfway inside the Thunder half of the field. Must be inside the last 30 seconds or maybe 25 seconds remaining. Trey takes a snap from Polo. He rolls out to his right. Lawan follows him, and that is it was thrown over the middle towards in the general direction of Kevwin, but Timothy made a second consecutive play there as he knocked the ball down. to stop the clock but prevent the completion. And it'll be second down to the Swarm. Thunder with a lot of size on defense, a lot of height on defense there. Julian, Tim, Matt Harding, Isaac, and Lawan will blitz, and Lawan blitzes, and he's hustling Trey, and Trey rolls out to his left. It's going to be difficult for him to throw off of his back foot that way. Great play by Lawan. Lawan followed him across the field. I think Trey wanted to come to his right initially, but Lawan took a great angle there. Shut down the passing lane to the right, and then made Trey roll out to his left. Always difficult to readjust himself and make the throw, and he was just unable to there as he couldn't get his foot planted and needed to zip a pass in there, throwing it high to the back of the end zone, incomplete, and it'll be third down, and someone has taken a timeout. I guess it was the Thunder. These teams always put up an exciting battle. And this half has been no different to previous encounters. A lot of respect from these two teams. You'd argue that maybe the Thunder bring more athleticism to the table, but the Swarm are some savvy players out there. Haven't seen much of Min Chan yet in the first half. He's a man who pops up with big catches and at big times. If they can get him the football, he's a threat. Wearing his balaclava. So he lines up wide left. Eli in the slot. Kevin Huynh to the right. Trey takes a snap. He gives it to Eli underneath. Eli fakes the pitch, and he reached for the end zone. Did he get in? He did not. We did see the hands go up for a touchdown, but now it appears that they were short. And fourth down. Yeah, the touchdown was wiped off. He didn't make it. I think he probably went out of bounds. Or either that or the tackle was made. Mintai comes out. Matthew Harding comes in. Size on defense here for the Thunder. And Eli takes the Swarm's last time out so that they can talk about this. And we will have another break in play for Swarm to talk about what they want to do on this crucial fourth down play as we approach the end of the first half. Which gives me a chance to give you a quick update on the score of the game on Field 2. The expansion Sunbears currently trailing Team Tim 0 to 13. Team Tim 2 touchdowns in the first half. Those 2 touchdowns both thrown by Mikwas. Not sure who to. Certainly Cam got one of them. And they lead 13-0. Sunbears got shut out in the first half last time as well. It's battling hard. Team coached by Sharks QB and coached by Sharks QB Lang, who is also one of their most explosive players. Make people miss left, right, and center. So he is also the coach of Team Tim. And back to our game. It is fourth down. There may have been 2 back-to-back timeouts here, but everyone's had a chat, and here we go. Bunch formation from the Swarm. Everyone lined up to the right. Trey takes the snap from Polo. He's watching, and that is... It's incomplete. Matthew Harding got his hand in to knock the ball down, I think in front of Minchan. Great defense from the Thunder, and I believe that is halftime. Maybe not. Maybe we have time for one more play. No, that is indeed halftime. And we will have a short break while I get some refreshments. And we will be back for the second half. Thunder lead 25-12 at halftime. Halftime will be sponsored, as always, by our league sponsors, Jimmy's Pizza, Reclub, Amaya, Avenue, and Dive Bar, and Tippies. We thank them for their sponsorship. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, after a short break, welcome back to the second half of Thunder versus the Swarm. Players are just about ready, waiting for the officials to make their way back onto the field. Sang and Bao and from the Mavericks and head ref Luke. I was chatting to him at halftime. He said that the first half had gone pretty well. Explained the call that we saw where there was a discussion about whether or not it was a touchdown for the Thunder. I correctly identified that maybe there was a suspicion that the quarterback was over the line of scrimmage when he threw the football, or that there was some debate about his playbook coming loose and or obscuring his flag. That was indeed the case. The referees had a discussion and decided that neither of those were in fact the case. I think a warning may have been given to the quarterback, Julian, by the head ref. We also discussed getting a microphone for the referee, but we will come to that later as the Swarm start the half with Trey throwing the ball to Kevin Huyen, who is tackled by Matthew Harding immediately. Kev quiet in the first half. I don't really remember him making any catches. I'll have a quick look at the stats for that first half. As it gets to second down. Let's see, first half, just no catches. That's his first catch of the game. They kept him quiet. Eli with 6 catches in the first half. And Tim led the way for the Thunder. As it's second down, Eli took the snap and handed it off straight to Trey, who is sidestepping down the sideline, picked up a first down, I think, and then went out of bounds. Nope, not quite. Just a bit short. So yeah, stats in the first half. Eli 6 receptions for the Swarm as Trey went 8 of 12. Julian 8 of 11 and 4 touchdowns. Timothy 4 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Mintai with that touchdown catch as well, that deep bomb down the field. And it's now third down. And Eli takes the snap, he gives it to Trey, and Trey pumps once, and Mintai misses the sack, and Trey's running down the sideline, and Julian can't get him, and eventually Wes comes across and forces him out of bounds. Early trickery and early into the playbook for the Swarm. 2 big runs from Trey. Looks like a fullback, but moves like a running back. He's a one-cut guy, though. Never mistake him for a man who is going to make multiple moves on the football field. He's a one-cut-and-go guy. We were talking about Lang earlier from the Sharks, and Lang is one of those guys who he's got a lot of lateral movement. He's got a lot of quickness. Trey, one cut, boom, off we go. And he's got a bit of a, I guess, he's no CMC. He's more of a juice check if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan like myself. Straight ahead. Anyway, it was first down. The referees having a consultation about something. Bao and Sang and Luke and the consultant official for the day, the KO, looking resplendent in his hat, and there is some kind of penalty. I'm guessing it's defensive contact, and they've marked off 10 yards, but it can't be 10 yards because it can only be half the distance to the goal. Oh no, they're walking out the distance to the goal, and then it's going to be half the distance. Okay, so it was a contact penalty on the defense, and I thought that was the case. Wes kind of bodied Trey out of bounds, I think it was. And the result of the play is half the distance to the goal. And an automatic first down. It was a first down anyway, but more of a first down. And that sets up the Swarm on around the 8-yard line. And then Min Chan spread to the left. Eli takes a snap, and he rolls out to his left, and then he just throws the ball into the ground. He had nowhere to go with the football. And was nowhere to run, and it will be second down. And I'm joined in the booth by fellow refereeing superstar and color commentator for today, maybe for the second half, Sharks wide receiver come tight end Devo.
Hey Duncan, great to be on the mic with you again today. How's this game been so far?
It's been a cracker so far, 25-12 to Swarm, to Thunder at the half. We've seen a lot of Eli. Not much of Kev Wynn yet for the Swarm. Maybe a chance for him to step up in the second half.
Well, those guys know what they're doing, and I'm sure in the second half they're going to bust out hard.
We'd love to see it, get this game a bit closer again as Trey takes the snap and he throws it over the middle into the ground, and Isaac nearly made the interception. Mintai close with the sack.
Yeah, that pass was definitely rushed out of Trey's hands by the hard rush of Mintai, one of the great rushers here in this league.
He is. He's quick. Very quick. And I think that'll bring up third down. Yes, indeed it will.
Now, this is a very important possession for the Swarm. It's the first one out of the halftime break. They definitely want to put points on the board. You said that Kevin hasn't been targeted much in this game.
I think he had one catch at the start of this drive, and I really only recall him being targeted once in the first half on a deep ball that was just out of his fingers.
Well, you know what? That's my prediction for this play. I think they're going to feed Kevin. They've got to get to him.
He is their big playmaker. He's lined up wide to the right. Let's call him over the middle. What do you reckon?
Let's see.
He stays wide right. Eli takes the ball, and he's running forward, and Mintai's following him and reaches for the tackle, and he's going to be short for sure, and he's going to bring up a huge fourth down, Devo.
Bomb, bomb, fourth down. This is where all the men come out to play.
The Thunder mixed bag on defense. Wes is in. He was very solid last week, had an interception at a key point of the game. Julian calling the defense, I'm sure. Tim, great athlete. Isaac, great athlete. And Mintai will be full speed on the blitz for sure.
I think Swarm will probably try to buy some time. I'm looking for a 2 QB, or possibly Trey will do a scramble to buy time for his wide receivers to get some free space.
They do. It's difficult down at the 5. Difficult. The field compacts. Trey takes a snap. He rolls a bit to his left. He throws towards the back of the end zone, and Eli makes the catch. And his cord is in. The bow called it in. The judge on the left-hand side of the field called in. Great catch from Eli, Devo.
Big, big catch by Eli in the left corner. He was on the move on a nice corner route, and he stretched up versus a tall defender in Julian.
Yeah, Julian Isaac was also in the area. A great play by the Swarm. They needed that. They had to have that. And they are going to go for 2. Big call here. They're only down by 7, but they're going to go for 2. I guess it's a good opportunity to roll the dice here. Loan comes in on defense for the Thunder. Possibility of showing 2 blitzers here. They got both of their blitzing guys on the field, Devo.
Going back to that touchdown really quick, if you get Eli one-on-one, that's the best type of matchup for him. Such a big receiver. He uses his size to his advantage.
He does. I think that's his 8th catch of the game already. He's been outstanding. He was their big threat in the first half. Gets open a lot. Understands football. We say it a lot about some of these guys, Devo. They're football guys. They understand football. They know how to adjust their bodies. They know how to run the right route. And then at the end of it, sure hands.
The VFL has really shown that a lot has to do with the football IQ, almost more than the physical attributes that a team has. If you're smart and play good football, good things will happen.
Indeed. Trey takes a snap. He's in deep in the shotgun. Mintai blitzes over the middle, and that is incomplete as they went for 2. I think Julian was the closest man to it. And it's a 7-point game. As I said, worth going for 2 there to try and close the gap to 5, because it doesn't make a massive difference to the scoreboard. There's still a converted touchdown behind. But let's see what the Thunder can do. It was a long drive. Take a lot of time off the clock, did the Swarm, and see if Thunder, who were rolling in the first half, can continue where they left off.
Thunder definitely want to answer that last score by the Swarm. Let's see what they put together.
Looks like we're going to see a blitz from Theo. Julian comes up under center, or over center rather, and he hands it off to to Isaac, who makes a move for about 6 yards, reaches out in front of him for a nice gain there.
Conservative play call. Nice little run play, short.
Yeah, I know you didn't maybe see the first half. They started a lot of their drives off like that, Devo. Just get some momentum. We all know that Julian's a big believer in getting consistent yardage, avoiding long situations, and that's exactly what they did there.
Chunk gains lead to success. If you have 3 or 4 of them, you can get halfway down the field and get your other first down.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly on defense for the Swarm, Eli calling the defense. They lined up in the standard 50 defense that they see. Kev Wien on the right. Theo looking to blitz. He's got Ryan and Carlos in there as well. Julian takes a snap, and he hands it off to Tim this time, who runs out to the left and stretches forward for a good gain there, another 6 or 7 yards.
So Thunder's playing the game, the running game, and if they break one tackle, that's all they need to do is break one tackle over the line, and you've got an extra 5 yards on the carry. That's what they're playing with these run plays. They're hoping to break one tackle and get a nice medium gain.
Yep. And also shows respect for the defense of the Swarm, that they're trying to play conservative, take some time off the clock. Eli's a great defensive mind. Not only is he a leader on offense, as he's shown today, but he's their defensive leader as well. And Julian is deeper in the shotgun this time. Inside to the right, Isaac to the left. Wien in the slot. On third down, Julian letting the play clock roll down. We're already in game management mode. He takes the snap from Wes. And he looks to his left, and then he throws over the middle to Isaac. He's just out of his reach. He had to go one-handed. Ryan was in the general area to try and break it up. And a crucial 4th down now for the Thunder. Will we see a change of personnel? Will we see Tim come back in? Will we see Matthew Harding come in? No, he's going to go with the lineup we've just seen. A crucial time for the Thunder. They need around 6-7 yards.
The Thunder trust their playbook. They've been working on these plays the whole offseason. They've got lots of different schemes that they can use to advance the ball here in a must-make play.
Yeah, but let's see what they do. Eli walks the defense up a bit closer to the line. Very short. Ryan coming in right over the center. Theo's going to blitz. Julian takes the snap, and he throws it over the middle to Wien, who reaches up to make the catch for a crucial first down. Maybe the Swarm didn't show the respect there that they needed to. She wasn't covered as tightly as she could have been, and she made a great catch there for a crucial first down.
A lot of the wide receivers started going out fast, moving downfield quickly, which opened up the near and medium areas, and the Thunder totally took advantage of it on that play.
Yeah, quite often we see these female players come in on goal-to-go situations where we're looking for the teams are looking for extra points, but great to see Thunder putting their trust in her to deliver in a crucial 4th down situation. She lines up wide right, Matthew Harding wide left, Isaac in the slot. Isaac moves out wider, and he's in that stack formation behind Matthew Harding again. He's going 2 QBs. He throws to Isaac, and now he throws back over the middle to Wien. It's nearly intercepted. That was tipped. We've seen them run that play a few times in the first half. Sometimes Julian doesn't throw it to Isaac. On that occasion, he did. It's a tell, obviously, that they're in that position, and the teams, Thunder are hoping that teams don't adjust to it. That time, just Wien couldn't quite hold on.
The natural thought process on that motion to the left side on the stack is definitely a 2 QB scheme. We've seen that play a lot from high-end teams at the Ready for Play tournament, which a lot of Thunder members watched closely. And I think they've definitely picked up on that play and added it to a lot more of their ideas.
Yeah, and second down, 2 receivers tight, both in the slot. Tim wide left for the Thunder this time. So Julian takes the snap. That's going to be a false start. Everyone, I think, apart from the center, decided to move, and it's definitely going to be a 5-yard penalty and a repeat of down. Pushes the Thunder back.
Yeah, it looked like the center there just didn't keep it in his fingers, and the ball fell out on the snap attempt. So that's definitely a mental error that is going to cost the Thunder one down.
We'll see. Actually, I'm not sure if it was a false start or a error on the snap. Let's see what the officials call. You may well be right there, Devo. I wasn't looking at the center. Last down. Okay, it's last down.
Yeah, fourth down was signaled there.
Yeah, fourth down was. I had a feeling it was going to be third down with the loss of down, but it's fourth down. Two blitzes shown, Ryan and Theo. Will they both come? Put pressure on Julian. Tim to the left, Isaac to the right. Ryan comes. Julian with the fake snap. And he's got all the time he needs now to throw the ball deep. He's counting in his head. Now he throws it deep to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Batted down, the Swarm defended it.
Tremendous stop by the Swarm there on the jump ball, high throw to the left side. Tim was the target. I think Kevin was in coverage, and Kevin's got some good hops to knock that ball away.
Yep. Bit of a strange end to that drive. We'll have to look at the replay, but I thought it was going to be third down, and that would have been a very different set of circumstances for the Thunder. But Julian didn't question it, and we do know he will question many things.
Julian with the masterful double count on the hike to take the rushers offside and take them out of the play. Julian's just a football player, and he knows how to do things like that.
So let's see if Swarm can tie the game up. Trey takes the snap, gives it to Eli, who throws it over the middle, and Polo had slipped and is unable to make the catch.
Flag down.
Flag thrown by the line of scrimmage official, Sang. Let's see what that's for. Probably, I'm going to say the QB threw the football over the line of scrimmage. It looked like that.
Yeah, illegal throw is the call on this play. Eli really should have ran it. Instead, he put his hand up. It looked like he was almost doing a fake throw. And then he bought his own fake. He
did buy his own fake, and then that's going to cost them a down and some yards probably. Oh, just a down. It's second down. Oh, and the yards, yes. Thanks, Eli. Thanks, Devo. Throw out to Kev Wynn. We just talked about him, and he just makes a catch, makes a man miss, shook Wes out of his shoes, and then gains like an important 10 yards there.
The quickness of Kevin Wynn makes the defender miss the first tackle. And he can shake and bake and move upfield. That's why he's so dangerous on those quick throws on the line of scrimmage.
You get him the ball in hand, and he makes things happen. And you're right, Devo. Quickness and speed. We all say that speed kills, but quickness on the football field is very different, and he has that. As Eli takes a snap, gives it to Trey, who throws it back to Eli, and gets around Matthew Harding, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Probably picks up the first down. Matthew Harding closed down the space, didn't make the tackle, but it was enough to at least force Eli out of bounds.
With those two QB plays, the awareness to see whether it's a backwards pass or a forward pass would give the defenders the ability to get quicker onto the play, to know whether the QB is going to run or if they have the option to throw.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great insight.
I think that second pass there was forward. Eli put his hand up to kind of like pretend like he was going to throw it, but if you knew it was forward, you knew that he couldn't pass it.
Yeah. Oh, and the snap bobbled there as we were discussing that. Trey unable to gather the low snap from Polo, and it will be second down.
Seems like the center fumbleitis is contagious.
It certainly does, in crucial situations as well. Julian rallying his troops. It's gone a bit quiet on the Thunder team this half. There's normally a lot of talking. You've got some big personalities out there. Matthew Harding likes to talk. Julian likes to talk.
Seems like a momentum change in the favor of the Swarm. Thunder are down a little bit. They're a little quieter.
Body language isn't great, right?
Let's see if Swarm can take advantage.
Trey takes a snap and he throws to his right and he gets it to Kev Wynn, who I think stepped out of bounds. He was right on the sideline. Great play again.
Big gain there by Kevin Wynn. They're attacking that right side. Quick throws and just let Kevin do his thing.
Third down. Julian calls his team together.
Looks like the Swarm is in the no-run zone, in the official red zone.
Yeah, just about, yep. It's third down, yeah. I think I saw a 1 for a second. It's definitely third down. Swarm, Thunder really need to get some pressure on Eli here. Big moment for Lawan to step up. He does blitz, and he is harrying Trey, and Trey throws it to the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. And Kev was looking for a flag. Trey was looking for a flag. There were no flags.
Yeah, Kevin Wynn hollering on the right side. Looked like he got a little hold or some illegal touching. But the referees, as often, did not think so.
Often we don't think so, no. This game's been refereed pretty well so far. He's let the teams play. It hasn't been too rambunctious, I would say. It's been played in a very good spirit. These two teams have a bit of a history of being a bit in each other's faces and a bit chippy, but today it seems to have been played in a good spirit. Maybe it's because it's a morning.
Yeah, first game of the day, maybe the energy isn't there that it normally is, but these teams both know how important this matchup is. They only see each other once this season, and they definitely want to get the better of the other team.
Yeah, crucial for the standings, even though it's early in the season. The winner here would be possibly thinking they're favorite for the number 1 seed, but also bragging rights when it comes to the postseason.
And going back to your point about the referees, Luke is head reffing this game. He is a new head ref. He hasn't had that much experience in the past with head reffing, and so far I've seen him do a good job.
So, yeah, I agree with you. I spoke to him at halftime. He's done a great job, and the outcome of that conversation was, I believe that they did throw a flag for a penalty against Kev Wynn. On Kev Wynn. So it's going to be a first down for the Swarm. Big mistake for the Thunder. There was 2 possible contacts, one on the receiver, one on the QB, and I think they've definitely called one of them. We'll find out which one later, but it's going to be a first down at the 2.5, Devo.
We just saw Luke explaining the call to the Thunder. It was a late call, but it looks like the referees all talked together and agreed it was a penalty.
Trey takes a snap, and he throws it over the middle, and it is, a clash of bodies. It is incomplete, I think. Yep. Julian reaching in to try and get in front of Paulo. Paulo wrestling for the ball. It nearly fell into Isaac's hands, and the result of all of that massive humanity on the field together is an incompletion and second down.
Incredibly dangerous throw by Trey there. Not the throw that the Swarm wanted. These little pitches, there's no speed on these throws. He's really just feathering it in there, and you can't do that against a hard Thunder defense.
No, Trey's been around the league a long time. I said this last week. He's a football guy, but sometimes he does float throws that he should zip, and that nearly came back to bite him there. Let's see what they do on second down. Paulo steps away from the football and chats to his quarterback. Bunch formation with Kev Wynn to the right. Trey takes a snap. He shuffles to his left a bit. Lawan's following him. He throws it over the middle, and it's batted down by Matthew Harding. He was looking for Minchan in the front right corner, and Matthew Harding came away and batted the ball down. Great play. Making sure to bat the ball down rather than going for the difficult interception. Crucial bit of quality defense there by Matthew Harding, identifying the situation and knocking the football down.
A much better offensive play by the Swarm there to try to find their target. Not the best choice. The receiver on the right side was in traffic. He did not have much space, so it was also a little dangerous, but at least the pass had some zip on it. if we contrast the play earlier with the little soft pitch compared to the Eli touchdown on the left side, you know, those are the plays that you really want. So I would love to see Eli get targeted with a nice hard throw.
Well, Eli goes in motion. Trey takes a snap from Polo, and he rolls to his right. Oh! And he threw the ball to a wide open Kev Wynn. He'd made a move, and it was right in his chest, right between the numbers, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, that's a drop that Kev will definitely want back. That was a touchdown throw. Thankfully, they got the first down on the contact penalty. So Swarm just keep on rolling. They're getting lots of chances here in the red zone.
And this is their fourth chance in the red zone. Well, fifth if you include the one before the penalty. But this is last down at the 2.5. Probably approaching the 2-minute warning. I'm not sure exactly how long's left. But this is a massive play in the game now for the Swarm. They have to score here. And let's see what they draw up. Trey takes a snap, and Lawans makes a tackle, and that's a sack, and Eli was already over the line of scrimmage. Trey was very close to the line of scrimmage, but Lawan made the sack while Trey was waiting to throw the football. He didn't have any receivers to go to, and it's a fantastic stop by the Thunder. Lawan stepping up with a huge, huge sack, Devo.
That was an intense play. Trey visibly upset about the outcome of the play. He really thought there should have been a flag on that play. He threw the ball into the sideline, which got a couple of boos from the crowd. He's trying to gather himself now and just leave that play behind.
Well, that was fourth down, and but the Swarm offense is still on the field, so it looks like there's a possibility of a penalty and another set of downs, because it could only be that.
All four referees are on the sideline talking about that last play. This is almost what they did on the Kevin Wynn, when Kevin Wynn drew the penalty call. He complained, the refs talked about it, and finally it was called. You know, you really want the referees to call it in real time instead of having to get a reaction from one side and then talk about it. It's almost like they're peer pressured into making the call. But let's see what they do here.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. That's a great insight. I know you're an experienced official yourselves and it can be very challenging out there to call things in real time when the players then like to have a chat with us afterwards. Same situation. It's a difference between being firm and fair, but also listening to the players without being overly swayed. The most important thing I think we saw there is the officials talking to each other. That's the key.
Yes, definitely. And I'm not criticizing the refs in any way, shape, or form. The fact that they are discussing it and they're working together to make the right call is great to see. That's all you can ask of any refereeing team. So very, very happy that they got together, discussed it, and you know, in real time, these are very difficult calls to make. People are moving very quickly, and it's hard to see a lot of the things on the field.
Yep. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but the football is being walked back a considerable distance by Luke. But the Thunder remain on the field. The Swarm offense remains on the field. It was fourth down. And now he's walked the ball back 10 yards. And it's another first down. I'm not sure what the call is there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave an unsportsmanlike penalty to Trey for his outburst and throwing the football to the sideline. And I think that's why the ball has gone back 10 yards.
That makes perfect sense. So I think what happened there was a penalty on the Thunder which gave another first down, and then they enforced the unsportsmanlike on Trey. Anyway, we continue. Eli is running around in the backfield with the football. He throws the ball to Trey, and he's tackled at about the 5-yard line by Tim. And Thunder have been on defense for, a long time. They must be getting tired. It's the same Swarm offense out there for every play, but it's different when you're on defense, Devo. The tiredness creeps up on you more quickly. Those mistakes creep in. You don't know what's coming. You have to identify where you need to go as a defender. That tiredness, that exhaustion, you feel it more on defense.
Yeah, Vietnam's midday sun is a strong sun, and it's beating down on this defense. You know, the offense, they've got their heads up high. They're trying to make plays. But, you know, with the defense moving back, always on their heels, stretching up to knock down passes, that definitely takes more energy than offense.
It's going to be second down here. We joined in the booth by somebody who definitely doesn't know anything about football, but he's watching on. A young man who is watching what happens. Anyway, Trey throws the football over the middle, and Polo makes the catch for a touchdown over the middle, and the Swarm are going to be a point away from tying the game.
Mintai's little son joined us in the booth, and then it was good luck for the Swarm. Huge touchdown for them. They really, really wanted that score, and after what seemed like a dozen plays in the second half of the field in the red zone, they finally put it in.
They finally did, and they trail by 1, and they are going to go for 2. They're not interested in tying this game up, Devo. They're going to try and take the lead right now. It's a brave call. They've had goes back again maybe to what we were saying about the defense being tired. This is maybe the opportunity for them to try and take the lead.
This says a lot about the Swarm mentality. They are a very aggressive team, and they know that the Thunder, they don't really know how to be losing in a game. They don't really know how to act in tight games, you know. The Thunder have had blowouts for a very long time. They're an incredibly strong team, perennial champions, and right now the Swarm are being hyper-aggressive, wanting to get ahead and keep the Thunder down and see how they react to that.
Yep, 100%. Roll the dice. 2 blitzers in for the Thunder. Luan and Mintai. His young son's disappeared. He's not going to watch Dad play this play. Tim and Isaac and Julian on the back end as Eli lined up next to Trey. He takes the snap. Trey drops back behind Eli. Eli rolling out to his right, and he throws the ball back to his left, and Trey gets it, but he is not. It's short. I think it's short. The field judge on this side is calling it short. Julian came up to make the tackle. It was nearly a sack on one side of the field. Eli threw a moon ball across the field. Trey caught it. It was a forward pass, so the second QB option was out of play, and then Trey ran forward, and he was reaching towards the goal line, but he was short, and it remains a 1-point game in favor of the Thunder. Wow, chaos on the field, Devo.
Looks like they, at the Swarm, going for a 2-point play. They do that to open up the 2 QB scheme that they use often with Eli and Trey. But unfortunately, that one was unsuccessful. We could see it here in the box. That Trey's, looks like a floater, was a forward pass. Eli's floater to Trey. And Trey picked it up and ran as hard as he could, and that tackle was right on the goal line.
Yeah, crucial tackle. Great pressure from Mintai, actually, to force the errant throw and break up that 2 QB situation. Isaac takes the football, and he throws the deep ball down towards Tim for a crucial, immediate first down. Tim stays in bounds. It will stop the clock anyway. I believe we are inside the 2-minute warning. I think I saw that signal. Again, 2 QBs. It's been big for both teams, whole game. And Isaac, formerly the full-time QB for the Thunder, so we know that he can throw the football. And he's taken a bit of a different role this year due to Julian's leg injury, so that Julian plays quarterback. But that was the absolute perfect example of having a second very effective quarterback and the crucial throw to Tim.
Incredibly qualified to make that pass. Looked like a defensive breakdown. Tim got behind the defenders and was very wide open.
And Julian gives the ball to Tim, and Tim just reaches forward as buzz, indeed. It was like
they were really swarming around Julian when he handed it off to Tim. There was no space. The bee swarm just contained it.
He did. I'm not quite sure how long's left in this game, but the way that the Thunder approached that play, it's clearly coming towards the end of the game as they try to run the clock out.
Duncan, I want to thank you for letting me into the booth and talk to you a little bit about this game. I'm going to start preparing for the Sharks game, which is coming on right after this. So, Duncan, thank you again.
Cheers, Devo. Good luck against Mavericks, I believe. Go out there, have a great game. And yeah, thanks to Devo for joining us. Great to have him on the mic. Great announcer. I'm sure he'll be full-time in the booth one game this season. A very valued member of the community and the team. But we are now in a situation where it will be second down to the Thunder. As we were just saying, 2 QBs is a big thing, and when your second QB is Isaac Murphy, who has QB'd this team to championship glory on numerous occasions, Thunder are in a situation where they have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league in the same backfield. And that's a massive advantage to them if they want to go with that situation. Julian, right under center this time as he looks to take the snap, which he does, and he just takes a knee. He took the snap there from Wes, and Julian just takes a knee. And we're not sure how long's left in this football game, but the clock is either rolling or the Swarm took a timeout. Talking about the next game on this field, I think Mintai will be in the booth, and it will be Mavericks coming up against the Sharks. Mavericks just warming up in front of me. Had a big win last week against Pinky's Sharks, also winning last week to get their season off to a good start as they defeated RMIT. It's third down. 2 blitzes shown. Wes bends down to get the football. Julian is lined up right behind center, and he takes a knee. And it's going to be 4th down. And I'm not sure how long's left. And that is the players shake hands. That is the end of the game. Thunder just got that big first down from Tim. The 2 QBs, Isaac to Tim. We've seen that many, many times every season. There was a bit of confusion. I didn't have the actual game clock in front of me. But Thunder taking 2 kneel downs to end the game. What a game. Swarm might look back on whether they should have gone for 1 to try and tie the game. They went for 2 after sustained drive, backed up by 2 huge penalties on the Thunder. We will speak to Luke after the game and find out what exactly happened there, but I'm pretty certain that there was a penalty on the defense and then an unsportsmanlike on Trey, which moved the Swarm back from what would have been another 4 downs at the 1.5 yard line to pushing them back to the 12-yard line effectively, and that they did score, but then that 2-point conversion failing. Great game. Always hard fought between these 2 teams. Great insights from Devo. Thank you for him joining us, and good luck in the next game. Great job by Luke for refereeing that first game. Not easy between these 2 teams. There was a few very specific technical penalties out there, which it was great to see the referees talking to each other. As he comes into the locker room to prepare for his game as one of the star receivers for the Sharks, followed by his dog. I will hand the booth over to Mintai, who just is warming down and having a huddle with the Thunder. And then he will be here for the second game in around 15 minutes. And I will be back maybe next week, maybe the week after. But at some point, I will be back in the booth to talk to you about another fantastic game in the VFFL. And for now, have a happy Saturday.
giờ hả? Chết mẹ không, giờ sao? Để em nói thằng kia coi. Gì nữa sao? Em OT thêm được không? OT thêm. Giờ sao rush được ta? 12 giờ rồi, đúng không? Nghĩa là còn tiếng nữa hả gì? Giờ nó vô nè, chắc kịp á. Nó sẽ kỳ ta. Yo, Julian. They say they gotta leave at 1.
I know. I'm yelling at everyone here.
Okay.
Let's go!
Nó biết rồi. Tại vì hàng chi nó hối quá trời.
Hold on! Line up, let's go! Hey, ladies!
Vô được chưa?
You had 10 minutes!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second day of the VFFL Season 10. Right now we are about to have the second match of the day for you. And you guys better buckle up your seatbelt because we have a good one for you. It's the Mavericks versus Sharks. On your left corner, that would be the Mavericks with uncounted amount of players. They probably look like they have 30 players on the field. Plenty of manpower to take down the Sharks. Not only they have the numbers, they also have the power. These guys are vets in the game. They also have some guys acting coaches, yelling on the field, yelling on the sidelines. Make sure everyone is upset and play with some anger. On your right side of the screen, that would be the Sharks. Sharks players also made up of experienced guys. They don't have the numbers as the Mavericks, but they do have the power just as much. Not only they have the power, but they also have the height. Let's see how Lang will exploit the air attacks advantage from the Sharks.
This is your commentating voice, is it?
I'm trying to make it fun.
Good. Have a good game.
Okay. Things are getting ready to showdown. Last week, Mavericks beat Pinkies by a lot. Can't remember the score, but basically last week they were the winners. And Sharks also beat the RMIT by a couple of touchdowns. So they were both winners of last week, and now they face each other. With this all recorded and posted online, I'm telling you, this will go down history of Vietnam flag football. It's probably the biggest ever in Saigon. It is a nice sunny weather out today. I was expecting some rain, but there was no rain. Just a nice cloudy Saturday. Let's spend a moment to realize how grateful we are today. Everyone's on the field, forgetting about how busy life is, and just here enjoying football. I'm so grateful for this. That's why I'm going to bring you the VFL halftime show. I am your good bunny. I'll sing to you today. Que pasa, amigo? Carlos is my amigo. He's from Flamingo. He plays as a Chico Malo. Luis is my Bravosi, but he's from Miami. All right, Luis, please don't give me trouble for this. I love you. I'm afraid of your sarcastic. Yeah. Oh yeah, shout out for our sponsor, Rooster Beer. Later. Oh, okay, Rooster's not? Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, back to the game. Looks like Mavericks will offense first. And Huile is our QB. Let's go. Short left to Kung, number 2. Nice and easy, nothing fancy. Second down. Our head ref today will be Polo from the Swamp. All right, second down. Russell coming to the left again. But this time, it was a bit underthrow. Kung ran a little bit too far away, too much depth into the defense. And as usual, Sharks defense is leading by Luke and KO, the best duo of the Sharks. Looks like they are playing cover 1. Third down, rolling left again. Quick toss to Gar, and Gar saved the day, having another 5 yards. Last down. And they are only 5 yards away from the first down. It's going to be a cover 1 again. Sharks is on high alert. For a quick toss. Is it a toss? It's not a toss. Straight in the middle to Adam. And Adam had his hands up swiftly. Nice, easy catch. Good first down for Mavericks. That was good coverage from Sharks defense as well. We had to let it off under pressure. All right. As promised from the start, this game will be good. But if Polo is our head ref, that means no arguing from both captains. Fake run. Long ball, and it's caught by Adam again. Touchdown Mavericks. After they crossed the first down, they had a daring move straight down. Long ball to the left. Adam had a post. And Sharks defense couldn't keep up with Adam. That was a tight connection between Hui and Adams. Now it's an extra point. Rolling right. A good defense from KO. So extra point is no good. 6-0 for Mavericks. And what they say about that touchdown, that's too easy for Mavericks. Now it's Sharks' turns and Langs is up and running. KO spin. Nice 5 yards. In the whole league right now, probably KO is our best spinner. Everyone is afraid of KO's elbows. Second down. Langs looking to the left again, and Luke had a quick spin, but it wasn't a good spin as KO's, but he earned his team another 5 yards. And now it's only third downs, and they are very close to the first down line. Let's see what Langs would do. Crossing the line. Crossing the line. Straight down to KO, but it was an incomplete. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's last down. Sharks gotta turn this in or it will be turnover. A bit of technical issue for the camera. Not right now, but camera crew is messed up. Good quick ball to Luke, and Luke had a quick spin on his team, another 10 yards after the first down line. Again, we are having camera issue. We are very sorry for this. We have no visual. Camera crew is out rushing. I think the lines are overheat a little bit. Now it's first down, and the Sharks is 10 yards away. KO's running. KO's running. He passed the first tackle, but got the second tackle. Still, we don't have visual. Now it's second down. It's second down and about 7 yards away. Lang is locked in, Devo's in, KO's locked in, everyone's locked in. He's looking deep to the left corner, but the offensive player couldn't just get it. And a bit overthrow. Lang's tried to exploit the player's height advantage from number 7 of the Sharks. But it was an overthrow. Third down. Still 2 more to go. Luke could just not get it. It was a corner to the right. To Luke. Luke reached for the ball, but again the ball was slightly overthrown. Now it's last down. All right. camera is still trying to get the visual back up. It was overheat, the camera. Now it's last down. And Sharks triple right. What a formation. Legs going down. And it was good defense from Sang Thai. Turn over. Langs tried to get the ball down the middle. Again, going for 3 Sharks players waiting. But Sang Thai was there. Quickly got his hands right in between. And the ball was knocked off course. And now it's turned over. 6-0 still for Mavericks. Now it's back to Healy's cubing. I'm expecting another long ball. Nope. Short left again to Kung, number 2. But it was good defense from Sharks. Second down for Mavericks. The ball went nowhere so far. All right, we have our visual back up. Fake run. Nice, quick to Adam. Adam swiftly tried again. Extra yardage, but was tackled. 10 yards gain. Ref is discussing some technicals. Maybe some minors. Faults. Again, no arguing with Polo. It's third down and 10 yards away from the first down line. Is Mavericks going short again? Or is it a long ball? And it's a good catch. It was a good catch. And the catch was under pressure. Baby ball from Mavericks. Sharks defense was right there. He got his hands inside, trying to knock it off. But the catch was secured by Baby Bao. What a daring move from Healy. Now Sharks defense is playing a cover 1 again. So Healy looking for another deep one. Another dip, and it's a good D from Luke. Long arms, Luke was right there. There was no way Mavericks can get the ball because Luke was flying. Second down for Mavericks. Might be another short, quick toss to gain yards. It's a run. Baby Bao with the dip. But the dip was No way past KO. Good tackle by KO. That's how you do it. If you play short defense. Okay, looks like now it's third down. Wheeler is looking, rolling left. It's a sack. It's a sack from number 3. All right, so now he is up on Reclub stats for sacking. Sharks is now enter the race. Number 3. Polo has rep, just did some Polo's dance. Again, last down, and Sharks is still playing cover 1. No rush. Left corner, and it's a touchdown from the Chicken Man. He was wide open. Surprisingly, nobody was there to guard the Chicken Man. Miscommunication on Sharks defense. Gah. Extra point. Wheeler's looking. Quick to Adam. Is it a good touchdown? It's a good touchdown. And extra point is good. Great cubing from the Mavericks. And not a bad defense from the Sharks. But that was a miscommunication between the Sharks, I assume. So nobody was there guarding Ga for a nice, easy corner route. And a good ball for the touchdown. All right. Now it's back to Sharks, and now Lang is up and running for some Sharks attacks. Quick toss to KO. Good run. There was no time for a KO spin, but still a good 5 yards forward. Second down. Mavericks defense also playing a cover 1 with Sang Tai dropping very deep. But Lang went for the short, quick pass to the left. Nice and easy for a look. But swift tackle from the Mavericks defense. Third down. The Sharks going for a daring move. Downfield. Nope, it's a long ball to KO. And there was no contact, I assume. It's good execution from KO. Good ball from Langs. That was a laser ball. So far, good discipline from the Sharks offensive players. Hardly any mistakes. but they are up against quick guys from Maverick defense. They are also disciplined players. Rushing coming on the right. Deuces left. Quick pass to Luke. It was a good catch. And he stepped out. Good yardage. Now it's second down. Again, great execution by the Sharks. Now it's a deuces right formation. Looks like Mavericks defense is now playing 2-2. Long ball downfield, but again it was overthrown. Luke was wide open, but he could not get his hands on the ball. Now it's third down and 15 yards away from the goal line. Quick to look, good catch, and a great tackle from Chang Thai number 0. It's a difficult situation for the Sharks because Mavericks can tackle precisely and swiftly. Now it's last down and about 7 yards away from the touchdown. Can they turn this in? Can Lang put it in the basket? With their manpower, no! It was overthrown. Again, the ball was for Luke. His short options were available, but he chose to went for the corner. But the ball was too high. Turn over. Mavericks is still leading by 13 points. Wheeler is on the ball again. To Kung. Good tackle by KO. Isaac, sideline ref, is doing exceptional job counting downs and spotting the ball. Eli also good with his signals. We have for you today a great referee team. Polo, make sure everyone knows what they are doing. Harding for the deep ref. They are learning how to throw the flags. Looks like someone called timeout on the field. Second down, time's out, over. I'm expecting another daring move from Huile going downfield again with this drive. exploiting Sharks cover one defense. Straight in the middle. Good cover by Baby Bao. Good D from Sharks, but Bao was there for the catch in the middle. I think referee is calling for start. It was shooting. Polo with the steps. Elephant steps. And we are still back to second downs. Mavericks punch up. Going in the middle again. Dipping from Bao again. But you cannot dip against Sharks defense. Those guys are sharp. The sharp, wise man. At the front. And the quick, swift players at the back. Third down, and now we are still 15 yards away from the first down line. Relay avoiding the rusher to the middle again. Quick tackle by number 22, Sharks defense again. They are sharp. Their tackles are just as sharp as the young guys from Mavericks. Good ball down the middle from Hule. Now it's last down. And Hule have to cross the first down line. But since they are leading the scoreboard, they might go for a long ball. But Lang is at the safety. Good, quick hitch from the right, from Adam, and Huile got rid of his ball, getting the first down. Saves the day. Sharks would need some interceptions to win this first half. They are only losing by 2 touchdowns, so they are still in the game. Let's see what happens. Second QB, Sang Thai looking. Probably a long deep ball to the corner again, and Adam almost got it. But this time it was Langs for the safety. And he was right there to add some pressure. They learned from their mistakes. No more long ball down the corners. That's what Sharks saying right now. Sharp, strong men up front. Quick, fast man at the back. So Mavericks is doing quick pass for the short players. Short offense. Seems like they don't have many options left. Slowly but steady, moving the ball. It's second down. I love this ref team. They give good signals for me to read. Quick ball, and it's a deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Mavericks. So Maverick changed their style after all. They realized they cannot do the quick pass, or they cannot go for the long ball. What can they do? They will run. Extra point. To the right. And it was not good. Is it good? I'm not sure if extra point is good. Extra point is no good. It was intercepted by KO. I couldn't see very well from my position. Sorry, guys. What's the time? Last play of the half. Sharks offensive players now getting a long ball from Lang, and are they able to catch it? It was an interception. Sang was right there to get it done. Sharks offense could not get there, as well as Mavericks defense. All right, that's the halftime for you, and see you second half. Will Sharks have a chance to recover, or are they losing the second half to Mavericks adapting offensive style? All right. Senor and senoritas, we are back for the second half of the second match on the second day of VFFL Season 10. We have here for you Sharks versus Mavericks. At the first half, Mavericks is now winning 19-0. Starting the second half, Sharks will have their offensive turn first. And it's the classic Sharks look with Chaos on the left. Quick ball to Luke, but it was incomplete. A bit underthrow. Intense pressure on Langs right now. Sharks offense need some changes in order to win this one. Second down to Luke again. Nice move from Luke, but Duck the Hedgehog was there with a nice tackle. Nice disciplined players from Mavericks. I haven't seen them missing any tackles. Making it difficult for Lang. Third down. Ball to KO. With the KO spin. But it was contained by Bao number 25. Now it's last down for Sharks, and they are 10 yards away from the first down line. Mavericks playing a cover one, guarding that first down line heavily. Russia's way off on the left. What is Lang going to do? To Luke! And it's a good D from Bao. Looks like there's no call. It was a clean defense. Mavericks defensive players, they play with sheer focus. Because if you don't, you will get scolded by some big guys on the sidelines, by their own teammates. They will chew you up if you don't focus. What a team culture. Now it's Wheeler's turn, nice and relaxed. Looking, rolling. Grounded the ball. He tried to get that short options. All right, second down. Rushing coming in the middle. Short options again. Nice dip. But it was a good tackle from Luke. Slippery, but Luke got it done. Bao again with his signature move. A dip after catch. scaring the shit out of everyone on defense. All right. Looks like cover two from Sharks. Another quick short options to the left. But it was a miscommunication between Ga and Hile. Last down for Mavericks, and now they have to cross that first down line. Will they choose to stay in the comfort zone and go short, a quick toss? Or will they take risk downfield? Sharks defense is all punch up. Is it? Is it? It's a quick one in the middle to Guy, and he slipped out, and it's a touchdown! Pa 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 pa! From the Chicken Man. Sorry, I'm being goofy. What a touchdown from Guy! Shout out to Theo. .lefevre. Find him on Instagram. Guy had a slight collision with Luke when he was trying to run his route, but he recovered. There was no call from the ref. And he slipped out, winning his team a tackle. That was a nice defense from Luke and number 22 on the Sharks. So the extra point is no good.
Are those our players? Wait, can I see the last one? The slant in? Jump balls are gonna happen.
Chứ nghe giờ biết rồi không? So scoreboard right now 25 and nothing for the Sharks. Back for some Shark attacks. Will they turn this one in? Will they make a difference? Devo with a catch. Sharks options so far in this game were hitches. Trying to gain some yards. Lang's also trying to figure out how to beat the Maverick defense. Carlos, you guys going to rabbit hole again?
Mintai, the best commentator.
No. See you. Back to the game. Legs running. Quick run. He passes 2 tackles and got stopped at the third one. So finally, Langs decided, all right, I'm going to run. And that's how I'm going to crack Maverick's defense. Now they are only 5 yards away. And it's second down. Good run from KO. Nice tackle from Mavericks. But Eli. Side left is throwing a flag. Maybe some false start. On the Sharks. Ooh, looks like it's some contact maybe, or holding maybe on Mavericks defense. So it's a 10 yards penalty and first down. Lang is standing in front of an opportunity to score. Looking downfield. Overthrown again. Devo was available on the right. But the ball couldn't find anyone. Second down.
That's what we have to give up. Like, we're going to give up something on a jump ball.
Mavericks defense playing cover 2 with Russia coming right in the middle. 2 Russians coming. Quick run by KO, and it's a KO spin. Passing the first tackle, got stopped at the second. And now it's third down. That was good yards earned by KO, the spinner. And now, chance for them to score. Mavericks defense now playing a cover 4. Right down the corner, and look is out. Deep ref Hardings calling it out. No touchdown for Sharks. And now it's last down. Intense pressure for the Sharks to put this one in. Highly focused Mavericks players. Looking right again, and it's no good. Turn over. Scoreboard right now is still 25-0. That is a surprising result, because I was expecting a close game earlier. Looks like now it's back. Oh, looks like it's a repeat. Some pushing call on the defensive Mavericks player, and it was contact, and now it's first down for the Sharks. So they are still have their chance to score. Lang's looking, going right again, and it's no good. It was incomplete. The ball was looking for Devo. Maybe slightly overthrown, but I cannot see well from here. Second down for Sharks. It's a cover 4 for Mavericks. Looking, rolling right. And it's a sack! From number 29, the Cockroach. Solid defense performance from Mavericks in this match. Making it difficult for the Sharks to put this one in. Now it's third down, and Lang is looking for Luke. Snap to KO. He can run. He's running. Pass to defenders, and it's a touchdown, Sharks! Who can slip through Maverick defense? Only Langs. The quickest players on Sharks. And now, extra point. Looking left to Luke. And is it good? It's short. What's the call for the ref? I'm looking. They will need to discuss this one out. Seems to me Luke caught the ball while he was in the air. When he landed, Sang Thai, the defender, was underneath and they had some contact. And after that, Luke, he reached in. I'm not sure at that point if Luke stepped out or not. Looks like the contact was called. No, it was turnover. Harding, is it good? Extra point? Okay, but it's extra. So 2 points conversion is good. Penalty is forced to the next round. Half the distance. And we just saw Hele with the long ball to Ga. Second down. Quick to the left. Sorry, to the right. To Ga again. This time Ga secured the ball nicely. Now it's third down. 2 minutes warning. Will Mavericks try to lead the scoreboard with some more points? Will Sharks stop this one? And put another one in the basket. Cover one for the Sharks, but they turn it into the cover two. Relays looking straight to the left, to the right. Short. Good catch. And a good tackle from Sharks defense. And now it's last down. Half a yard away from the first down line. Mavericks with a quick toss. Oh, a long ball downfield, and he just could not get it. But it was close. And now it's turnover. Sharks will have another chance to shorten the scoreboard. All right. This is right for the Sharks. Quick for Luke. Luke with the spin. Luke with the spin, and he earned his team 15 yards easily. He passed the first tackle, got stopped at the second, and he way past the first down line. That is a rare chance to see Mavericks miss a flag. Chaos fake run, looking for Luke again. Nice ball for Luke. He secured the ball, and Eli's the ref threw the flag. Will there be any contact called? Looks like the call was on number 21, Hedgehog, with the contact. 10 yards penalty downfield, and first down again for the Sharks. The wind is blowing in Sharks' favor. And they are swimming along with the wind. But will they put this in and get another touchdown? Mavericks defense is still strong and precise with their tackles. They put the lid on, putting the pressure on Sharks offensive players constantly. Sometimes Lang decide he gotta do it himself. Looking right down the middle, and it's no good. Luke was there, But Mavericks defense was also there. Second down for Sharks. Second down for the Sharks, and they are literally only 5 yards away. Will Lang hit the short options. It's the long options to Luke. And this time Luke was wide open. Mavericks players, someone will get scolded by the coach later on the sideline for this one. But looks like there was some contact or false start called. No? Looks like it's an extra point. Sorry. It's a 2-point extra point. He's looking downfield in the middle to look again. But Sang Thai, he was flying in front of the ball. And the extra point is no good. Turn over for the Shark. Right now it's 25-14 on the scoreboard. Sharks need an interception and a touchdown to win this one under 2 minutes warning. Mavericks looking to burn the clock. Nice ball down the middle to Adam. Adam did not make any mistake. Catch and run and reach. 1 minute left on the clock. And second down for Mavericks. All right. Second QB to Sang Thai. Deep long ball downfield, and Adam was wide open. Touchdown, Mavericks. No one was there to cover him. He was opened. Nice long ball from Sang Thai. Second QB from Mavericks. And that touchdown was so beautiful, it deserves a mantra. Mango, pineapple, banana, watermelon. Extra point for Mavericks, and it's a good catch from Sang Thai. He caught that ball under pressure. right, so the extra point was good, and now we are back for some shark attacks. They will not give up. And they will play big for this one. Good catch by Devo. And he passed the first down line. Clock stopped for the Sharks. Mavericks, with their touchdown earlier, they were not paying attention for the defense. Quick ball to Luke. Luke spin. And he stepped out of bounds. And he signal. Clock stopped. Second down for the Sharks. All right. Mavericks defense playing cover one. Ball to Luke. Nice catch. And a nice tackle from Kung. Third down for Sharks. Only a few yards away from the goal line. What is Sharks planning to do? With NG is now on the field. Will Langs aiming for that 9 points option? Or will he have another long ball to the right corner? Nope. The ball was meant for Angie. But Mavericks defense had their hands in between. And now it's last down. Last chance for Sharks to score. Langs rolling right, looking downfield. And the touchdown is good! But flag is now on the field. Might be some shove and puff and push from either the offense or defense. What's the call going to be? Looks like the call was called on the Sharks. And now it's turn over. Healy deciding to take the knee. And it's over. for the battle between Mavericks and Shark. 32 for Mavericks and 20 for Shark. That was a great performance for Mavericks and a good hustle for Shark. See you guys next one.